21 years since the first HOPE suicide prevention program was piloted at Timpview High School in Provo.
The HOPE Squad.
The HOPE Squad.
The HOPE Squad.
The HOPE Squad.
HOPE Squad members.
The goal is to have a HOPE Squad in every school.
The HOPE Squad program has already saved lives this year.
That is what HOPE Squad is all about. It does not matter who you are, genuinely. We approach every person with kindness and open arms.
I feel like HOPE Squad has taught me that I have an outlet outside of just my own mind and my friends.
The HOPE Squad is about teaching students how to be good friends to each other.
Having HOPE Squad has helped me try to break down the guards of some of the guys in my life.
Having HOPE Squad, it erases the stigma. At least it helps you erase the stigma that being able to talk to others is not embarrassing. It's not a bad thing to do. I think it's really healthy.
I'm not just a HOPE Squad member. I'm a friend. I'm a peer. I'm there for those who need me.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the 2026 HOPE Squad Virtual Conference. I'm Vasu, one of the co-presidents of the HOPE Squad National Council. I'm truly honored to be here with so many passionate, dedicated individuals. Thank you for showing up, not just for this conference, but for your schools, communities, and each other. I'm excited to be joined by my co-host, Amira, and also co-president of the HOPE Squad National Council. Amira, welcome.
Thank you, Vasu. Hello, everyone. I'm Amira. I'm thrilled to be here with all of you and can't wait to share this incredible day of learning, connection, and inspiration. We want to take a moment to recognize some very special people who made this event possible.
First, my fellow members of the HOPE Squad National Council. Thank you for your hard work in preparing the presentations and content for this conference.
A special thank you to Sarah Anderson, our HOPE Squad National Council advisor, for her leadership, guidance, and all of her support throughout this process.
At the heart of everything we do in our mission, share the hope, save a life. These words are more than a slogan, they're a commitment. Each of you is proof of what that mission looks like in action.
Today, HOPE Squad is in over 1,600 schools across the United States. Think about the impact. Thousands of students spreading hope and creating change.
To every HOPE Squad member watching, thank you for your courage to reach out, stand by your peers, and bring hope to your community.
And to our dedicated advisors, thank you for guiding, believing in, and empowering youth to lead with purpose and compassion.
As we move forward together, we'll be sharing ways to live out this year's theme, Together We Thrive. We hope you will be inspired by something you learned today and turn your ideas into action, helping create a culture in your school where everyone can thrive.
Thank you for being here today and for being a part of HOPE Squad.
My name is Dr. Greg Hudnall, and I'm the founder of HOPE Squad, and I want to welcome you to our annual virtual conference. I want to thank you, HOPE Squad members, for the amazing work that you do to spread hope, for the opportunities and for the actions that you take within your school, within your community, and within your family to make a difference. I also want to thank you, advisors. I know how much work goes into being an advisor. I just spent the last 18 months over at BYU Hawaii University being a HOPE Squad advisor. Students from 70 different countries, and it takes a lot of work. So thank you for your commitment, for your passion, and your support of your students. I know that they really appreciate you. I also want to give a shout out if there's any school folks there, administrators and others, and mental health folks, law enforcement. Thank you for what you do to support HOPE Squad program. Our theme for 2026 is Together We Thrive. And that's really what it is all about, right? The opportunity that we have to connect. Young people do not want to be a project. They want to know that they're a friend. And the more that you and I can involve them, connect with them, the more they're going to feel like they're a friend and that you're genuinely concerned about them. Years ago, I was visiting a school district. The HOPE Squad had taken the challenge that no student eats alone. They would walk into the lunchroom, and if there was a student sitting by themselves, they would either invite them to their table to be part of it, or a couple of them would go over and sit with them. That's the power that you and I have, the ability to connect and to really make a difference. We know the number one reason young people take their lives is they feel all alone. They feel that friends don't understand what they're going through, the emotions, the challenges, or whatever. So the more that you and I can recognize those signs, pull that friend aside privately, or that fellow student or that peer. Are you okay? Is there anything I can do to help? And then using their first name. It's amazing what that does to open that up. Call to action that I want to give assigned to each one of you Hope Squad members is over the next couple of weeks, I want you in a private moment to reach out to your Hope Squad advisor, your school administrators, and those that are helping you be a Hope Squad member to say thank you. Show them the signs that you're really grateful for the time and effort that they take together to help you, because we know that the more we're connected, the more that we can thrive together. We can thrive as a Hope Squad, and then as a school, and then as a community.
The Hope Squad National Council is made up of student leaders from across the country who are shaping the future of the organization by sharing their unique voices and experiences at the highest level. We collaborate with the Hope Squad leadership team, support student members, participate in webinars and research, advocating for mental health within our schools and beyond. We host monthly Connect calls for all members to join, learn, and connect with squads from all over. We also share news, tips, and resources with squads in a newsletter. Are you interested in joining next year? Let your advisor know that applications open in February. To be eligible, you must be a rising junior or senior, be an active member with at least 1 year of training, and be willing to commit at least 1 hour every month beyond your local squad commitments. Together, we're spreading hope. One school, one state, and one life at a time.
What's up, guys? My name's Grant Bommersbach, and today I want to talk with you guys a little bit about smaller scale Hope Squad events. Small events can still have a really big impact, and it's important for Hope Squads to balance these smaller activities with some of these larger scale events. So why small events? Well, first, they're really easy to implement. They don't take up a lot of time, and they don't take as many resources. This means you can put them on at a higher frequency. You can do them more often throughout the school year, and they don't take as much planning as some of those larger events. Third, they yield really high student engagement. Because they don't take up a lot of time, you'll have a lot of students coming by wanting to participate in whatever activity it is that you're putting on. And finally, you can compile a lot of these smaller events to create and plan some of those larger events that we'll talk about later. What are some things that your Hope Squad can do? Well, first, shred your stress. Have students come by, write down something that's stressing them out, and they can put it through a paper shredder and leave that stress behind them. Another great thing you can do is Polaroids for Hope. Get some Polaroid cameras, some film, have students take pictures with their friends. It's a great way to connect the student body, and you can write some kind messages on those photos and post them up throughout the school. A third thing you can do is take a note, leave a note. Have students come by, write something kind for their peers, and they can receive a kind note that someone else wrote. Fourth, wear yellow, something really simple, but it's a Hope Squad color. It unites the student body under an important cause and brings attention towards suicide prevention. Finally is therapy dogs. It's a great thing to do during finals when students might be stressed. They can relax and hang out with some dogs. So I'm gonna pass it off to Andy, and she's gonna talk to you guys a little bit more about some larger scale events that your Hope Squad can put on.
Hi, as Grant said, I'm Andy. I've been in Hope Squad for around 2 years now, and I go to New Tech High at Capel. I'm here to talk to you about our second overall event and our first big event idea, Art and Heart. Now, some of you might be wondering, what exactly is Art and Heart? It's actually a craft and wellness fair that my squad hosts biannually, typically one in the fall and one in the spring, and it consists of having vendors and students from around the DFW area run booths and sell crafts and whatever else it is that they make. We also love to have things like wellness sessions, and these are typically hosted by local organizations, and it can range from stuff like sound baths, guest speakers, and even art therapy. Something else that we like to include is live music and food trucks, and the music can come from sources such as students, music schools, and even local artists. Something that our Hope Squad members actually run themselves is our info booth, and as the name states, we talk about what Hope Squad does, what our mission is, why we run this event, and then also any upcoming events that we have. And speaking of upcoming events, we're actually going to be running our Spring Art and Heart this coming year on February 7th, and it's going to be at New Tech in Texas, and we would absolutely love to see Hope Squad members from around the area there. With all that being said, I'm going to pass it off to Addie now.
Hi, my name is Addie. I'm here to tell you about our Mental Minute Fair. We put together our Mental Minute Fair at the end of the 2025 school year last year, as we wanted to send students off into the summer with the mindset to take care of themselves. Some ways we did this was we put together a bunch of fun activities so that way students could learn but also have fun at the same time. We did relay races where students competed against each other but then answered questions about how the competition affected their anxiety levels. We did more relaxed activities like yoga. We even had a hope chain station where students could write things or people that give them hope on a little piece of paper and add it to a paper chain. We made a huge paper chain with everyone's little pieces of hope and displayed it in our school's lobby. Next to that, we had a stress shredder station where students could write any situation or things that were bringing them stress and shred it as a form of relief. We also had kindness grams that we partnered with Nationwide Children's on Our Sleeves program that they kindly sent us. They were so beautiful, where you could write a kindness gram to yourself, your family, your friends, just to spread a little bit of kindness. But we also had trivia questions where students could not only answer questions about mental health, but could also ask them. It was super fun, and it was a great way to connect with our students.
Hello, my name is Braden Dean. I am a senior, and this is my second year on the Hope Squad National Council, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about Valentine Week. Valentine Week is a week designated to spreading the message of kindness and gratitude, and then going into the important conversations about mental health through the season of love, which is Valentine's Day. During this week, our Hope Squad will conduct lunch activities such as friendship bracelet making or kindness grams. We will create posters and flyers to put around the school, and we will spread Hope Squad's message throughout deep and meaningful conversations with one another. One thing Wannagrove Hope Squad will do throughout this week is we will make little heart cutouts, and we will put each student's name on a heart cutout, and we will put them all over the school. And this just gives students an opportunity to go around and find their name and just feel what it feels like to be valued by somebody, and just seeing how bright someone's day can be made just by seeing their name and just feeling seen by somebody or by a group of people, I think really goes a long way.
Hi, my name is Akshaya, and I'll be talking about Hope Squad meet and greets. Every month, our Hope Squad hosts a lunchtime activity designed to spark quick, meaningful interactions on campus. We're trying to create a lighthearted, low-pressure environment where students can get to know who we really are through fun activities and real conversations. By hosting these monthly events, we help students connect actual names and faces to Hope Squad. Instead of seeing us as a title or a group, they see us as people. And because everything happens during lunch, even students who may not feel comfortable talking or stopping by still decide to stop by for a little craft or a game. These one-on-one interactions are small, but they still help go a long way in building visibility and trust on campus. Some of our most popular activities have included water bead stress balls, where students fill balloons with little water beads to make a personalized stress reliever. We've also hosted board game day, setting up tables at lunch where students can sit with members and play something simple while having a conversation. Another favorite is balloon animals, where 2 or 3 members are twisting balloon figurines for students, which has naturally opened up conversations. And during the winter months, we love to do pipe cleaner snowflakes, which is a fast craft that gives students something to do and that they can take on their way back. These activities may seem small, but they help us build meaningful interactions with our students on campus.
What's going on, Hope Squatters? My name is Vasu Patel. I'm a senior from Michigan, and today my group is going to be showing you social media strategies for squads. Well, the question is, why might squads even want to use social media? I mean, isn't that the place where people are always flashy and looking for attention? In my opinion, social media is a tool in our pocket that allows us not only to communicate within our community, but also lets us communicate and change the world around us as teenagers. And from a Hope Squad perspective, social media can help people around the world understand why mental health matters and why it's important to them every single day. And even the smallest of posts that people see when they're doom scrolling can help reduce stigma and inspire kindness. All in all, social media helps build community by strengthening connections between peers, teachers, and people from different countries and continents around the world. When it comes to opening your own social media platform for your community and your Hope Squad, it can be very overwhelming. And that's why Hope Squad is launching a social media playbook. The playbook includes the best practices for Hope Squad on how to manage an account, how to brand Hope Squad before you make your post, content and messaging ideas for your posts, along with example posts, resources, and templates for your social media page. And those are only a few things that the playbook shares to truly help you turn social media into a tool to spread hope. And now you're probably wondering what to post. Well, you can post anything from community mental health events to just an inspirational message in the morning, but just make sure that anything that you do post has an intent and a purpose to spread the hope. Some ideas are to promote or celebrate mental health events, mental health statistics, and other did you know facts. Positive messages to enlighten others, and remember, even the smallest of posts can have the biggest impact. And importantly, recognizing kindness by recognizing those in the community and doing things with them to help promote mental health within your community. And of course, it's always good to be sharing mental health resources like hotlines, apps, and tools to make sure that everyone in our community can stay safe.
Hi everybody, my name is Ryan Hatcher. I've been on Hope Squad for 2 years and serving on the National Council for 1 year. And today I am so excited to sit here and talk to y'all about social media. One big thing about social media with young adults and young children is that social media is just such a big thing within our generation, especially Generation Z. That is how we truly impact and connect with other people. Sometimes within those social media posts, we can send messages that we always don't mean to send. So whenever we write captions and take pictures, those are super important that we are sending the right messages as Hope Squad. Hope Squad is all about supporting people and making sure that we truly recognize the warning signs through online, and that is one of the main ways that we recognize those warning signs. Here are some general postings of what has actually been on some of our Hope Squads through their Instagram. Our Instagrams are just so important so people can truly see these posts and see the impact that Hope Squad can just spread. This can be your group, it can be you and an advisor, it can be just you by yourself in your Hope Squad gear, something that just truly impacts someone in their life. The important thing is that when you post a picture, don't think about just how it impacts you, but think about it how it impacts others. Social media is such a powerful tool, and when we use it correctly, we can use it as a tool for communication, including for communication. You can also communicate with other schools through Instagram, just seeing those posts and being like, hey, they're a pretty cool group, I want to collab, and DMing them. So those are the many different ways of communication through social media. On top of that, I truly just want to dig deep into those captions. The main things is just to keep it uplifting and positive. You can use a hashtag, Hope Squad. You can use something short and use catchy catchphrases. Something to truly sit there and have the reader pay attention to that caption and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Also within your captions, highlight real student voices and stories. Also, don't forget those emojis. Make sure the emojis are appropriate for your post and that they're just fun and uplifting.
Oh, hey everyone, I'm Jada. When it comes to posting on your social media Hope Squad, privacy and permission is very important. Some things to keep in mind is ensuring that permission to post things is granted by an adult or by a guardian. Also, be sure to share all your social media pages with your Hope Squad advisors, your principal, and your administrators. And you can even display mental health resources on your page like a 988. If you post, be sure to tag us and use our hashtags. Or you can fill out the Share Your Hope form where you'll be entered in a monthly gift card raffle. Oh, and be sure to use our Hope Squad logos and our colors, black, red, and white. Use consistent font use and talk in a positive, uplifting tone to keep people engaged. Alright guys, that's it for today. Be sure to check on someone you care about. You never know how big that moment can be. See you next time.
Our group's topic is supporting yourself as a helper.
which is all about self-care as a Hope Squad member.
Now, we feel the best way to support yourself as a helper is through self-care. But the question is, what is self-care? It's personal care for oneself physically, mentally, and emotionally.
One important aspect of self-care is setting boundaries. These are basically limits that you're able to set to be able to protect your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. They help you take care of yourself before being able to take care of others. This helps to reduce burnout, anxiety, and resentment while increasing self-respect and confidence. It also teaches others how to treat you with respect and understanding. Setting boundaries is not selfish, but it is rather necessary as an act of self-love that allows you to show your best and healthiest self.
When talking about boundaries, it's important to understand the circles of control. There are 3 different circles of control. The first one is things that are based off of your decisions and what you can control. And then the second one is the circle of concern, which are things that you worry and stress about but aren't able to control. And then the circle of influence that you can't directly control, but you can impact with your actions or communication. And it's important to realize that even though there are so many things that we can't control, we can control how we allow others to treat us. And by setting clear boundaries, we are taking ownership of the circle of control and defining what is acceptable and what isn't. As a Hope Squad member, it's important to set these boundaries and make sure that no one is crossing them so we don't find ourselves in sticky situations.
Now, in small groups, pause and discuss what things fit into each circle.
Here's an example of a late night conversation.
Hey Chloe, you up?
Yeah, what's up?
I can't sleep. My mind's just racing. I feel like I'm falling behind in everything.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Want to talk about it?
Yeah, it's just been so much lately. I don't even know where to start.
I'm here for you, Camden. I just want you to know that you're not alone.
Thanks. You're the only one who truly listened.
Hey, it's almost 1:30. We should probably get some sleep soon. Tomorrow's gonna be really rough, especially with Miss Stella's test.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for staying up. Night, Chloe.
Night, Camden. Hang in there.
Next thing is a fact or a myth. We have to help everyone no matter the cost. And this is a myth. Why? I mean, we're supposed to help everyone, and that's our job, right? And in a way that is correct, but we need to remember our health first. If we can't help others when we're not mentally doing well, then it's not going to help them. And so we have to remember ourselves first.
Our next fact or myth is we have to help ourselves before we are able to help someone around us. This is a fact because we can't pour from an empty cup into someone else's cup. If we're feeling exhausted, overwhelmed, or hurting inside, it is much harder to truly support someone else. We have to take care of ourselves before we have the energy, strength, and emotional balance to be able to help others in a healthier way. When we practice our self-care and we set these boundaries, we are able to have a strong foundation that allows us to be there for others without burning ourselves out or losing ourselves in the process.
Here's the morning following that previous conversation.
Hey, you look exhausted.
You too. I guess we both stayed up a little too late last night.
Yeah, I really appreciate you listening, but I feel like you lost sleep over it.
No, it's okay. Well, I mean, maybe not totally okay. I want to be there for you, but I think we both need to take care of ourselves too.
Yeah, boundaries, right? I didn't even think about that.
Same. Maybe next time we can talk earlier in the day or find someone else to call if it's late.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just don't want to burn you out.
Okay, when we revisited that story, there's a couple reminders about supporting yourself as a helper. The first one is establish your boundaries at the beginning. You don't want to realize halfway through that it's 12:30 and you have a test tomorrow and now you feel like you're stuck and you can't do anything. So establish your boundaries at the beginning. Second one is let them know that they can reach out to others if you aren't available. You aren't the only one. That's why we have a Hope Squad. The word squad is for everyone on the team. And so if you aren't available, let them know that they can reach out to others because we all have busy schedules. If they can get help from someone else, then you can follow up with them, but you don't have to be there 24/7. The third one is to teach them to set their own boundaries. Let them know that boundaries are important and express your boundaries and then invite them to make their own. And then the last one is to make sure you prioritize yourself and your needs to make helping others go smoother.
Moving on, we really focused on boundaries, but are there other forms of self-care? The answer is yes. The best thing about self-care is that it's not universal and it can be personally catered to one's specific needs and circumstances. Some examples that work for me and others in this group are journaling, which emphasizes getting emotions out of one's mind and onto paper, meditation, which strengthens emotional strength, reading, which offers comfort and refuge to everyday life, friendships, which allows you to talk to others and get it off your chest, physical activities and sports, which promotes physical health, and nature, which helps relieve stress. But there are so many more than just the ones presented before you.
As Hope Squad members, we naturally feel like we need to help everyone, but it's okay to take a step back and take care of ourselves first. In fact, it's essential to prioritize our own mental health before we can effectively help someone else. Here are some action steps we can take as Hope Squad members to prioritize our mental health. Number 1, set clear boundaries. Make sure you can decide what you will and won't take on so you can avoid burnout, and make sure to communicate these boundaries to whoever you're talking to. Number 2, practice self-care weekly. Devote a regular slot to an activity that mentally and physically recharges you, like exercise, journaling, walking, or etc. This is all to prevent overload. Number 3, prioritize your time management. Use a schedule or time block system to balance your peer support duties, self-care, and regular life tasks so things can stay organized.
In closing, it's okay to care deeply. It's also okay to set boundaries. Hope Squad members are helpers, not healers. Taking care of yourself helps you take care of others. So we just want to remind you to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others, and we love you guys.
Sometimes it's the little things you see first. The silence that wasn't there before. The smile that fades just a bit too soon. You may see it before anyone else does, but remember, you have hope on your side. You've kept your head up, and you've noticed a peer isn't acting quite like themselves. And now it's time to offer support. Check in with them, hear about what's going on, and show them you care. Then provide information, share where they can find help, and remind them that reaching out is a brave thing to do. And then lastly, empower your peers. Guide your friend to a trusted adult. Remember, you're not a trained counselor and you do not need to have all the answers. Your role is to connect your friend with a trusted adult that can get them the help they need. Thank you for all that you do as a Hope Squad member. Your hope is making the world a better place.
Welcome to today's show. I'm Jude, your host of this installment of Hope on the News. Today we'll be discussing squad engagement strategies to keep your squad strong and connected. For our first segment, Kate will be reporting on squad recruitment. Take it away, Kate.
Thanks, Jude. I'm Kate, a junior reporting from Utah. A key part of Hope Squad is allowing the student body to nominate its members. This ensures squads represent all students instead of being handpicked by teachers. However, some squads run into issues with this process. Sometimes students self-nominate or campaign for nominations. Other times, students are nominated as a result of popularity over their character, or stay on the squad years after their original nomination, even when their heart is no longer in it. While we don't have a perfect fix for these situations, we can share a few ideas that might help your nomination process. First, To prevent students campaigning to be on Hope Squad, you might consider not announcing when your nominations will be occurring ahead of time. When students know to expect it, they may tell their friends to vote for them. If no one is aware of when nominations are happening, people may be more likely to nominate people they see as truly fitting the criteria. For students who are nominated as a result of popularity or who have been on the squad for years, advisors may choose to have a check-in following the nominations to ensure being on Hope Squad is the right fit for the student. We hope these 2 tips can help your squad analyze your nomination process and help keep your squad healthy and growing from year to year. Back to you, Jude.
That was amazing, Kate. Now, Ava will be sharing some ideas for us for squad engagement.
Hi, I'm Eva, reporting live from Michigan. Hope Squad members are often busy students, so it's important to make squad time meaningful and fun. Our next major tip for you, make sure to build relationships among members through team building activities. Whether you plan meetings solely for games to help members bond, or you set aside the first 10 minutes of each meeting to have some fun together, taking the time to build relationships among your squad members will help your squad function more effectively. Advisors, remember that core lessons include team building activities, and the community engagement page has more ideas. Even small activities like icebreakers or group challenges help members feel connected and stay motivated. My favorite way my squad works on team building is by working together to host what we call Hope Floats. We get together and decorate cups with positive and encouraging messages that we then fill with root beer floats and pass out to our student body. It's a great way to spend time together as a squad while also giving back to our school. I hope we've inspired your squad to think about some ways to keep your members engaged through having fun together. Back to you, Jude.
Great ideas, Eva. Fun definitely keeps squads involved and members engaged. Next, Abby will talk about using events to involve squad members.
Thanks, Jude. Hi, I'm Abby reporting from Nevada. Another way to keep squad members engaged is through involving them in planning events. My squad has found tremendous success in keeping members engaged by having them plan both large and small activities. During small events like Hope Lunches, we hold activities during lunchtime to connect with new people and the student body. In past lunches, we hold meet and greet stations, share resource cards, and safety plan write-ups. We also use bigger events such as color runs and mental health fairs to increase our outreach and spread awareness to our community. It takes many squad members to make these activities possible, either by forming committees or just having more hands on deck. And also by involving members in the planning and running of events, it keeps everyone engaged within our squad. Another strategy that some squads have found effective is by giving members ownership of micro projects throughout the year. This is great delegation where members are in charge of tasks like designing bulletin boards, creating monthly positivity campaigns, or filming short videos for morning announcements. These smaller creative tasks let members showcase their strengths, see tangible results from their efforts, and hopefully see that they're making a meaningful impact. Back to you, Jude.
Those are amazing ideas, Abby. Finally, Kira will show how meetings can strengthen engagement.
Hi, I'm Kira reporting live from Utah. Meetings play a huge role in keeping your Hope Squad connected, trained, and engaged. While every squad is unique, being intentional with your meeting format can make a big difference. First, establish a consistent meeting schedule that fits your school. Maybe every Tuesday during study hall or twice a month before school. Consistency helps members know what to expect and builds a routine. It also helps to give each meeting a clear purpose. For example, one meeting each month could focus on training and skill building, while the other covers event planning, updates, and ways to support your school community. And all meetings include some element of fun team building too. This keeps meetings fresh and ensures all parts of Hope Squad work get attention. Creating a simple agenda ahead of time can make meetings feel organized and meaningful. When members know what will be covered and have a chance to contribute ideas, they are more likely to stay invested and excited about squad work. Back to you, Jude.
Thanks to all of you for tuning in to today's show. That was our team with your update on keeping engagement strong within your Hope Squads. Remember, whether it's meetings, activities, or creative projects, every effort helps build a stronger, more connected squad. We'll see you next time for more tips, stories, and inspirations. Until then, keep spreading hope.
One of Hope Squad's greatest strengths is its ability to create genuine connection and support among students. But to truly make an impact, that connection has to extend beyond just one group. It has to reach every student in every corner of the school. Not everyone connects in the same spaces. Some students find belonging on the field or court, while others may find it in various clubs or arts. By collaborating with other organizations, Hope Squad can reach the edges of the school community, where students might otherwise feel unseen or left out. When Hope Squad partners with these groups, it helps create a web of support that stretches across the entire school or even the district. It sends a message that mental health and kindness aren't just Hope Squad's responsibility, they're everyone's. That's how we, as Hope Squad, can build a culture of care that truly includes every student all across the country. Let's hear about what Lily has to say about Hope Squad engaging with career and technical organizations.
Thanks, Reese. At my school, many students are involved with DECA and other career and technical student organizations. Partnering with bigger clubs such as these can help Hope Squad gain visibility and reach more people. My Hope Squad is partnered with DECA on a community awareness project. Hope Squad and DECA work together to host community mental health fair. If your school has HOSA, which is a health-oriented group, Hope Squad could set up a mental health section at HOSA Health Fair. Most CTSOs host service events, so by volunteering at their events, Hope Squads can also reach members in these organizations.
My name is Jalen, and our next idea is combine with the student council to make a difference in your school. Hope Squad focuses on emotional support, and Student Council focuses on leadership and involvement. By teaming up, we can both bring the two sides together to make our school fun, active, caring, and more supportive. At Rock Hill, we did some lunch activities like toilet paper wrapping. It was the contest to see who could wrap their friend the fastest in toilet paper. It was pretty fun. And, you got candy. Everyone got candy at the end. So it was just a really nice experience to have. It was really fun. Next, we have community meetings, this is a big meeting for Student Council and Hope Squad to come together with the rest of the student body and the rest of the Rock Hill community. Next, we have mentor advice, where both groups can give tips to younger students or classmates. Student Council shares school and leadership advice, while on the other hand, Hope Squad shares a way to handle stress and supports friends. By working with Student Council on these events, we can work to make our school a better place where everyone feels seen, supported, and proud to belong. I encourage you to think about ways that you can collaborate with Student Council to expand your impact at your school. Now, on to Crystal with sports.
Thank you, Jalen. Many of our students nowadays participate in various sports, whether that be football, swimming, drill team, and many others. On top of all that, they have their schoolwork to complete after practice. From a chemistry lab to a project, it is without question that our students have a lot on their plate on a day-to-day basis. In a case study conducted by Ward, Steed, and Mangold in 2023, it was found that 91% of student athletes reported being stressed and or because of their sport. Even with such a high number, only 10% of these students received help. With this all being said, this is why we need to have lots of support for our sports teams. Some things we can do are going to the games, competitions, or performances to show our support for teams that may not have anyone but parents going. Not only this, but we can also write letters to our athletes before our competitions, performances, and games, and or decorate their locker rooms. This way, our student athletes always know that Hope Squad is always there for them if they need someone to listen to. Now that our student athletes are aware, how can we get the whole school aware? We can have a Hope game where one theme is red out or yellow out, and at this game we can talk at halftime about Hope Squad and what we are. We can also talk about the importance of Hope Squad and having someone to talk to. With this being said, I bet you're wondering, why is this beneficial? This is so beneficial because a lot of our student body from all grades attend games such as football and basketball. This allows us to reach a larger audience that may not have been informed about Hope Squad before. Now I'll pass it to Eliza and her takeaway on how Hope Squad can collaborate with other clubs.
Thanks so much, Crystal. Our last of the takeaways for tonight is all about our honors and service clubs. Some examples include the National Honor Society, the Science Honor Society, or the Spanish Honor Society, and our service clubs include Lions International, Key Club, or Rotary International. All of these clubs and organizations help in various ways to promote community development and service, which is why it's so beneficial to partner up with them. Hope Squad's message is all about supporting others in the community and reaching out to others who need some encouragement. And these clubs usually share those goals. When we cooperate with these other groups, they become more invested and knowledgeable about what Hope Squad is all about, which helps reduce stigma and increase our impact. When my squad partnered with the National Honor Society at my school, we had all of the students write down kind messages on clothespins to spread around the school for our Hope Week. It's always worth it to reach out to club leaders and see what they are willing to do to work with you. And that's it for our final takeaway. We hope you've gained some inspiration on ways you can collaborate with other student groups at your school. Now, it's your turn. Using what we've learned today, I'll give you 30 seconds to write down 5 concrete ways you want to increase inter-club and leader connections. Ready, set, go. All right, I hope you've gotten some written down. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you all learned something new to share with your squads.
Looking to raise money for your Hope Squad? Try these easy and fun ideas. Number 1, host a sports tournament. Think pickleball, dodgeball, or 3-on-3 basketball. Charge a small entry fee, create brackets, and highlight the mental health benefits of physical activity. Number 2, dine out to give back. Partner with a local restaurant where a portion of food sales goes back to your squad. It's simple, social, and delicious. Number 3, sell Hopograms. Charge $1 for a treat and a kind note to a friend. Plan this around the holidays or Hope Week. Number 4, sponsor a penny war. Invite different grade levels to face off against one another in a spare change competition. Pennies add points, but silver coins deduct points. The group with the most points at the end wins. Number 5, pie in the face. Ask teachers to volunteer. Students pay to vote, and the teacher with the most votes gets a pie to the face. Whatever fundraiser you pick for your squad, we hope you get the whole squad involved with event promotion, music, prizes, and teamwork. If you want to let us know how you are raising money, please tag us on social media, use our hashtags, and fill out this Share Your Hope form. Thank you for inspiring us in your school community. Every little action goes a long way to share the hope and save a life.
Virtual conference. We are so excited to have you here. Thank you for taking the time.
I'm Kirsten Fuchs, and I'm from New ESD 101, which is located in Spokane, Washington. We are an educational service district, and so our job is to provide student support services to our schools.
My name is Lynn Adolfo, and I'm an SEL specialist within the Redford Union High School, which is located about a mile outside of Detroit, Michigan.
My name is Michelle Gebhardt, and I own a mental health agency in Eaton, Ohio, called Gebhardt Counseling. So through my agency, I have several full-time school-based therapists who work out in our local schools providing mental health services. And part of that program that we offer the school's annual suicide prevention programming.
What is one thing that you do to stay energized in your role with Hope Squad?
To stay energized, I do a lot of research. I look at, all of the social media areas and on Pinterest, and I'm always looking for the next fun activity or school-wide activity to do. So I follow the Hope Squad on every social media platform and even other schools.
Honestly, for me, it's just talking to my squad members.
Yeah.
Like hearing about the peers that they're helping, the work they're doing, the positive activities. I love being at the school when we do our activities because I can see the kids who are coming in, who are not in Hope Squad, who are coming in to participate in the activities, or, if we're greeting them in the morning with a positive note or whatever, you can just see the impact that makes.
How do you keep your Hope Squad feeling fresh and exciting year over year?
I think that it's really important to recognize that each squad has like a different personality. I think when students feel like they're designing that process of Hope Squad, they feel more involved and feel more empowered, right? So that's also a conversation with advisors about how do we switch up leadership roles, right? We don't want a Hope Squad to be a place where like the same kids, right, are doing things. And then I also think we talk to advisors a lot about how do we adapt those like plug and play like activities we do, right? How do we adapt those to our school culture? And then how do we adapt them to our student needs, right? Not all of our schools are the same. Not all of the squads that I serve are even the same when it comes to like geographic region. So like students like vary across our squads, and so giving them those opportunities to really like design like how do I want to do this and how can I update this is really important to keeping things fresh and exciting. The thing we can do year after year to make sure that students are kind of leading the charge is, the best way to make sure that we have a fresh and exciting year, even if we are kind of, doing some of the same activities or still, talking about some of the same topics.
Because we have our squad as a class, we are able to do so many different things. We're able to spend some more time on the lessons, be a little creative, have some fun supplemental. We do a lot of team building, And we do a lot of diving deep into things. They love the controversial, deeper conversations that we have. And it's fascinating to hear some of the things that they come up with and say. The other thing then, with our 5 high school Hope Squads, we have 1 or 2 countywide Hope Squad meetings. We get all 5 squads bused to a central location, and we do team building and other activities. Usually our county meeting in the spring, we're doing a lot of planning. Our Hope Squads have developed a community event that we do every year called Hope Fair, with the kids being able to be around other Hope Squad members and talking with them and getting ideas and making new connections. That keeps them also feeling energized and fresh in their work.
What resources, partnerships, or supports have been most valuable to your squad's success?
Teachers have just been so supportive, and partially because they really see the good that's going on, and that it's infectious, because now all the other student groups in the school want the recognition that Hope Squad has. So they're like on biting at our heels, trying to keep up with us. But we're just working. We just got through raking leaves for senior citizens in our community. That's a great volunteer aspect. Our students also went to a special outing with our ASD students, and they do a buddy program every Wednesday where they assist in their classrooms, and they're kind of matched up. So now when we hold Hope Week and all the other fun activities, our Hope Squad members have special buddies within the ASD community of our school to help include them a little more.
How do you model healthy boundaries and self-care for your Hope Squad advisors, uniquely for the advisors and then for the members as well?
I'm really honest and transparent about myself and my mental health. And I think when adults do that, it gives opportunity for a lot of our youth to follow the same practice, right? And so we're very big about speaking out loud. And then when it comes to like Hope Squad activities and whatnot, we talk about what's doable and not so much about being perfect, right? So just more about that consistency and how can we make sure that, rest is still a part of our celebration, right? And a celebration of our work as well.
If there were one sentence of advice that you would give to new advisors, what would you tell them?
I think the advice I would give is to involve your squad members in all aspects of developing and maintaining your Hope Squad. And enjoy the process. So I guess it's maybe a twofold advice.
Yes.
I really see our squad members build really strong leadership skills. They bring creative, innovative ideas to our squad. So we have learned we don't have to do it all by ourselves. And that would be the piece I would hope that other advisors could take away from this.
I think consistency is how we grow in our roles as advisors and as squad leaders. And I think when you're consistent and you show up consistently for your students, not just physically but mentally and emotionally, the better and great things are going to happen in your squad, and the better and great things are going to happen to you as you get more involved in your advisor community.
The word of advice I would say is build a relationship with each and every single one of your Hope Squad members, because if we expect them to build relationships with their peers, we have to be able to have a relationship with each and every one of them. So even if it's putting off lessons to do getting to know you activities, calling kids, I call kids down sometimes just to have a chat with them. And here, sit down, have a juice and a Rice Krispie treat, just so that I can get to know them better. And then once you make that relationship, they will do everything for you. But those are life lessons.
Hi everyone, my name is Navina. Let's break the stigma of Hope Squad by learning how to shift the narrative from tattletales to trusted helpers.
Hello, my name is Elle, and we're going to start off with a game called Real versus AI. You'll see 6 statements, 3 are AI generated, and 3 were said to real Hope Squad members. Take a moment to guess which are which. Here are the answers. Are you surprised? Sometimes people are unkind to Hope Squad members, but we can respond in ways that create positive change. Take it away, Amira.
Previous statements stem from a stigma that surrounds Hope Squad. To respond, we need to educate our peers about our purpose. To help reduce the stigma surrounding Hope Squad members, here are some ways that we can educate others and combat the stigma. Emery will share the first one with us.
Hi guys, I'm Emery. One solution is to establish and emphasize confidentiality. Stigma might come from the belief that Hope Squad members will blab about what we've been told. In reality, we know that we are to keep things private and only share what we learn in confidence with trusted adults if necessary. Emphasizing confidentiality will build trust among peers. Next, I'll pass it to Emily.
Hello, I'm Emily. Another solution is to continue to raise awareness about Hope Squad and mental health. Education reduces stigma, so the more we let our peers know about what we do and what we stand for, the more they will understand our purpose and mental health as a whole. By using ideas from other presentations to run events and raise awareness around the school, you can help your peers better understand what Hope Squad is all about. The more positive interactions they have with Hope Squad, the less likely they are to make jokes. Back to you, Navina.
Thanks, Emily. Step 3, gauge the situation. Negative feelings often come from stress. Pay close attention to how the person mocking Hope Squad may be feeling. Are they thriving or handling the stress well? Are they surviving? They have increased stress, but are they managing it okay? Are they struggling? They have high stress and need support. Or are they in crisis? Their stress impacts their function, and Hope Squad should immediately get adult support. Likely, someone mocking Hope Squad is not thriving. Keep this in perspective and respond according to the person's zone. Remember, the people mocking us may be the ones who actually need our help, but they don't realize it.
Remember, we cannot control others. I like to think about my mom's hula hoop analogy that she shares with me, and that there's a circle of things around us that we can control. And it's like our actions, our boundaries, our choices, but relevant to this, our responses. Things outside of our hoop are what we can't control. World events, others' actions, what people think of us, but in this case, jokes or comments that others make. We know that jokes or snarky comments will most likely happen, and when they do, here are 3 responses that are within your control that can help. One is to educate. Sometimes people really just don't realize that the jokes that they're making are hurtful, and responding by educating them on what Hope Squad actually does as opposed to just being tattletales. 2 is dismiss. Affirm that's just not funny, can help set boundaries and indicate that the comments should stop. 3 is ignore or redirect. Sometimes people are looking for a laugh, and giving them no response is the best response. Remember, you cannot control others. People aren't always going to be kind or say nice things, but you can respond with dignity and continue to be the amazing person that you are. On that note, I'm going to pass it to Amira.
Our final piece of advice is to stay confident in your role. Some comments can't be controlled, but your impact matters no matter what others say. Have confidence in yourself and remember that Hope Squad is equipping you with skills that you can use for life. If rude comments ever get you down, be sure to turn to your squad and advisors for support. Thank you so much for listening today, and thank you for being a Hope Squad member.
It's always a good time for a fit check, so stop by the Hope Shop and find a fresh look today. We've got bulk items, adult merch, and student merch all available for you and your squad. Everything you need to stand out in the crowd and spread the word about Hope Squad. Expand your wardrobe with a warm new sweatshirt, find your next favorite t-shirt, or throw on a hat for the game. You can also find some great school supplies that double as conversation starters, including stickers, totes, pens, and more. And congratulations to all our seniors who are graduating this year. Stop at the shop to grab your graduation cord and a patch for your Letterman jacket. Wear your Hope Squad spirit loud and proud.
Hi everyone, it's Chloe. Welcome to my podcast. I'm so happy you're joining me this week. Our topic this week is connecting with our community. We have 3 members from the Hope Squad National Council joining us today. First is senior Ava Zagata. She's joining us all the way from Michigan. Our next member is Camry Merrill. She's a senior and she's joining us from Oklahoma. Our 3rd member is Macy Cook. She's a junior and she's joining us from Idaho. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm your podcast host, Chloe Cudd. I'm a junior from Texas. My first question is for Ava. Ava, how is your Hope Squad connected with your community in hard times?
Thank you so much for having me on the podcast, Chloe. Remember, Hope Squad's purpose is to foster human connection, community, and hope. It can feel impossible to make a difference during hard times, but Hope Squads can remember that even small actions make a difference. Recently, my community has experienced some heartbreaking events. A church in my community had a gunman break in and set the church on fire. These events rattled the entire community. Before this occurred, my Hope Squad had planned on doing a fundraiser, selling hot chocolate for $1. After the tragedy occurred, we changed our plan. Instead of selling hot chocolate, we gave it away for free. In that moment, a small action helped lift people's spirits. Even though we lost money when we had hoped to make money, it was worth it because we were able to remind others we were there for them. Even the simplest things can make a difference. As a Hope Squad, you should look for opportunities to foster connection and community at all times, but especially in times of hardship. Thank you so much for letting me talk to everybody today.
Very true, Ava. Whether you're trying to connect with your school or in the wider community, smaller actions can be so impactful. Hopefully other Hope Squads can look for small ways they connect with others, whether in hard times or otherwise. My next question is for Macy. Macy, how does your Hope Squad connect with younger people in your community?
Hi Chloe, I'm so excited to be a guest on this podcast, so thank you so much for having me. My Hope Squad connects with the younger generation by volunteering with kids at our local YMCA. When we are there, we teach them about topics related to mental health. For example, we talk to them about the importance of self-care and teach them ways to take care of their mental health. And usually after we teach them a lesson, we'll go and play games with them. We try to connect it to the lesson that we taught them, but if we can't, we still play games with them and just try to get everyone included and stuff. We hope that by teaching these younger kids that then they will go home and share what they've learned with their parents, and then their parents will get intrigued, and it's just kind of fun like that. By volunteering our time with the younger students in our community, we hope to foster connections and spread awareness that then spreads to their families and beyond.
That's a great idea, Macy. Working with kids is a great way to impact both them and their parents. Now we'll hear from Cambry. Cambry, how does your Hope Squad work to create connections with your community?
My Hope Squad loves to engage in activities in our community. For example, we visit our elementary school. We've greeted students in silly costumes as a way to spread positivity, and we also read books about emotions and topics tied to mental health to our elementary classes. This helps us connect with our community and also helps younger students build emotional intelligence that benefits their mental health. We also volunteer at our local food bank once a month, helping clients shop for their food. While there, we have wonderful conversations with the shoppers, helping us connect and share about Hope Squad and spread positivity through our wider community. Thanks, Chloe, for having me on the podcast today. I hope our listeners learned something new.
That wraps up today's episode on connecting with your community. It's important for Hope Squads to remember that connecting with your community doesn't have to be super big. It can be small actions that make a big impact. Whether you volunteer in the community or read at elementary schools, every positive interaction can help foster connection and spread hope. Have a great rest of your day.
Hi, I'm Reed Gubler. As Hope Squad members, we are trained and educated on warning signs and how to help peers in need. But sometimes the faculty and staff in our own building might not be as aware of how to help. We will share 5 ways that Hope Squad can help make faculty and staff at your schools be more equipped to help students in need. Our first way is how Hope Squads can make a point to remind faculty and staff about warning signs and crises every year. Here are 4 ways you can do this. Host a Warning Sign 101 micro training at a staff meeting. Ask administrators to allow Hope Squad members to present key warning signs, what they might look like, and ensure faculty and staff know who to contact if they notice them. Making it Hope Squad student-led will make it more impactful than if it's just came from an adult or the principal. For number 2, print and post warning sign cards. Prepare small little laminated cards that could fit inside teachers' badges or be posted on bulletin boards that list like the top warning signs and your school's referral tips. This can help keep the information accessible at all times so that anyone can grab it out and use it when they need it. For number 3, send a monthly spot a sign email or flyer. Hope Squads can send an email or put together a handout each month spotlighting a single warning sign. A monthly reminder can help keep awareness up. And for number 4, lead sessions on PD days. Ask if Hope Squads can lead like a session on a staff development day. This could allow students to actively lead the charge in educating their faculty and staff on everything they are learning in Hope Squad. So I hope these ideas help inspire your squad to find ways to support your faculty and staff in being a part of the safety net that your school needs. Now, Reagan will share another idea.
Thanks, Reed. Another great way to ensure faculty and staff are prepared to help students is by ensuring they have received gatekeeper training. Just like CPR, gatekeeper training such as QPR can save a person's life. Just like Hope Squad members are required to review these trainings every year, ideally, schools should also ask staff and faculty to do the same. These trainings can help give staff the confidence to ask students tough questions, like if they are thinking of harming themselves. Having this knowledge will also help staff better understand what a Hope Squad member is doing, and be able to help support them too. As Hope Squad, invite faculty and staff to your gatekeeper training sessions or advocate for admin to ensure all teachers are trained as well. The more people who are looking out for others, the more lives that can be saved. Now, Anuba will share her ideas.
Another simple idea? Distribute a tip sheet to faculty and staff that help them better understand how to interact with students in a way that supports mental health. For example, Hope Squad can remind them that they do want to be a trusted adult students can rely on, be educated on warning signs, and create a safe and inclusive classroom environment. While they don't want to minimize and dismiss emotions, make assumptions about student life, or share information regarding student issues. These simple tips can help set up faculty and staff to be better supports to their students. Now, let's see what Cash has to share.
Thanks, Anuva. As a Hope Squad, we can make sure that staff members know all the best practices to support students with mental health. Here are some tips you can share with the staff at your school. Number 1, be proactive. If they see something off, they shouldn't hesitate to check in. It shows students that they care and that they pay attention. Number 2, it's best to address students in private. Instead of asking about students in front of the class, ask them to stick around or ask them to step outside of the hallway. Number 3, teachers should make sure that students know that conversations about mental health will not affect their view of them in the classroom. Students are less likely to open up if they think it might impact their grades. Number 4, staff shouldn't shy away from directly asking about suicide. Use QPR or other gatekeeper strategies to gauge the situation and cater to what a student needs. Number 5, trusted adults should make sure students know that they can always turn to them. Emphasize an open door policy so students know where to go if they need help. Number 6, finally, Hope Squads can encourage teachers to continually check in on students. Sometimes reaching out first makes all the difference.
Hi, my name is Lauren Clark, and I'm talking about creating a predictable and safe adult presence for students. One of the simplest ways to do this is being visible in the hallways. Standing out during passing periods or at the start or the end of the day gives students a familiar face to count on. Even a small smile or nod builds a connection throughout the day. Another helpful practice is doing small check-ins throughout the day. Asking a quick question about how a student is doing shows that someone genuinely notices them and cares about their well-being. Using approachable body language also plays a big part. Staying relaxed, using open gestures, and keeping a friendly expression helps students feel safe when coming to you if they need help and support. A big part of building trust is make sure adults follow through. When adults keep their word, students feel that they take them and their concerns seriously. It's also very important to respond in a calm and steady way when challenges come up. Steady reactions help students feel more grounded and show that adults can handle tough moments without making them bigger than they need to be. And finally, focusing on being proactive rather than being reactive helps prevent issues before they escalate. It shows students that adults are paying attention and ready to support and help them when they need to be helped.
As we close the 2026 Hope Squad Virtual Conference, be sure to take a moment with your squad to reflect on everything that you've learned. Today, we've seen countless ways Hope Squads make a difference.
This year's theme, Together We Thrive, has shown us the power of connection. That when students support one another, listen, and stand together, we all grow stronger.
Hope isn't just a word, it's an action. It's showing up for others. It's reaching out, listening, and standing together. That's why we are excited to share that the annual theme for the 2026-2027 year is Hope in Action.
Hope in Action is all about turning intention into impact. It's keeping your heads up to notice when someone is struggling and taking the first step to connect them to help. It's using your voice, your energy, and your influence to make your school a place where kindness, compassion, and safety thrive.
Every day, you are changing your community for the better, and we can't wait to see how you put hope into action.
As you wrap up this school year, continue seeking out ways where you can help others thrive, and never underestimate what we can accomplish when we work together. Remember, thriving is never about perfection, it's about connection.
Thank you for joining us. Vasu and I have had a blast sharing this conference with you, and we can't wait to see you back next year after you've put hope into action. Bye now!